Don't mind me, I just pulled a muscle in my back, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to talk about this Messi interview that he did for Sports English, some Spanish thing. So I read the whole interview, but I think I'm going to read this again in a bit more detail. Then we'll probably talk about it a bit more on the live show on Friday. But I think really the biggest thing that I got from it were his discussions about Neymar specifically. And this is probably the most revealing that I think Messi has been. And I think this is probably the longest interview that he's given. He's never really given much interviews because he's a very private person. But I think what was telling was how open he was of wanting Neymar. The fact that he revealed that him and Neymar had a conversation. But the key thing was when he was asked, I believe the question was, do you feel that Barcelona did everything in their power to get Neymar? Then Messi responded by saying, I'm not sure. He didn't give a concrete answer of, oh yeah, of course they did everything in their power, or I'm sure they did. He was like, I'm not sure whether they did do everything in their power to get Neymar. Was that a criticism to Bartomeu? Is this Messi pissed off with Barcelona's failure to get a prime target? Because Neymar was a prime target for Barcelona. I didn't want Neymar at Barcelona. Neymar goes to Barcelona, you have your Champions League favourites. You know how people talk about, okay, he could be Champions League favourites and everything. As of right now, I've got to give it to Liverpool. Juventus just don't really do it for me. Don't even dare mention PSG's name. But Real Madrid, Man City, potentially, but they keep on breaking it up. So Liverpool are. But if Neymar had gone to Barcelona, 100% Neymar, Griezmann, Messi, they're the clear favourites. So by Messi saying that, I think from trying to read between the lines and behind what he said, I think Messi was disappointed. I think there was a level of disappointment in Bartomeu, the higher-ups at Barcelona, the people doing the transfers, that you didn't do everything in your power. Or maybe the key thing, maybe you didn't really want Neymar, because I think Messi, through that interview, I think in his mind was, if you really wanted Neymar, you would have gotten Neymar. You're Barcelona. If you really wanted him, you would have found a way to get him. Because PSG, it's not like if, it's the key thing. PSG, whenever he's not for sale. It's a different thing of like, he's not for sale, and then you do a crazy offer and it's like, oh my gosh, you forced the hand. PSG were like, no, he's for sale. Come with the right offer. If you come with the right offer, he's yours. But maybe it's a thing of maybe Barca didn't have the money, maybe they didn't have the funds, hence what they were trying to do a whole player plus cash deal. But I just do think that, because you look, while Messi is injured and everything, I think Messi is reflecting. And he's just really taking stock of like, you know what? I've never really questioned this whole thing of like, oh, am I going to stay or leave Barcelona? Because I think Messi in his mind was that he's always assumed that I'm going to stay here fully. But I think what happened last season, Messi was like, this is ridiculous. I am individually carrying this entire club. I'm like, what Messi did as an individual last season is astronomical. Only people who watch La Liga games, which you probably don't, because most of you guys may be Premier League merchants who don't watch anything beyond your club or your league. Please try to watch football from other leagues as well, because football is a great game. Those people that do that, what Messi was doing as an individual was insane, absolutely insane. And I think it just goes to show that when all is said and done, and this dude actually retires, I think people will probably learn to value him even more. Because I just give him a hard time because of what he's done for Argentina and everything. But like, just being real, think when the dust settles and we see what this guy as an individual did on football pitches consistently for over a decade, it is really, really scary. Because I've been watching football for a very long, long time, and what Messi has been able to do as an individual in this game of football has been insane. So, but that's to one side. But I do think that, yeah, for Messi, I think he's just taking stock of what he's doing with Barcelona, because he's like, you guys are taking me for granted. You just assume that, hey man, Messi will come and I'll just carry the team all the way through. But for Messi, it's like, I'm not going to just carry the team individually and win nothing. Yeah, I will do the workload and everything. I want a trophy at the end of it. And what he viewed last season is that this is too much for one man to carry this entire team. Griezmann helps, but it's too. I will have to carry too much of the offensive workload. But if I do have a Neymar, like you put a Neymar into the mix, it's game, set, match. It is a game, set, match. So I think that Messi is thinking that I don't think I have the required support and foundation being in this Barca side.